Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And welcome to this week's garden tour. Garden walk and talk. First of all, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. To all the dog mothers and cat mothers as well. So I'm filming this at, I think it's about 7:30 in the evening. I think this is just about that golden hour or something, whatever they call it, when the light looks pretty good. Hopefully everything comes out, or is coming out okay on the screen. There we go. Got behind a tree there. That looks better. So the purple salvia are really in their prime right now. I'm not sure what variety this is. Could be May Night, but I think I have a couple of different ones. This one here is a different variety there. A little bit fuller, stockier blooms. So the little, almost white, but it's actually a light pink flower here is the pink primrose. And this stuff just kind of comes up everywhere. Started out with a little piece or two, and once you have a piece of it, you'll always have it. Actually got that from my grandmother. And I really like it, especially when it's all planted in mass. You have like a walkway or edge of a garden when it's all in full bloom. Looks really nice. Unfortunately, my spiderwort has, the blooms have closed up because it's evening. This plant will bloom in the early morning hours up until like noon or 1 o'clock, and then it'll start closing back up. But one of my favorite perennials is the spiderwort, and that'll be full of blue flowers, which I love blue in the garden. So again, this is one of my top 10 favorite perennials, and I wish it was. I'll have to do a tour in the morning time so you can see what it looks like when it's blooming. I've got another clump of it over there, and I've got a purple one too. I've also got a chartreuse one over there, and that chartreuse with the deep blue blooms on it it's probably my favorite variety. Purple irises are probably in their prime right now, or just irises in general. I'll have to get a stick or a stake or something and support that one. And peonies. Peonies are in bloom, getting ready to come into full bloom. And this is funny. So I don't remember, let me get it in. There we go. Still working with this iPad, y'all. I only got one of these peonies with the pink and the yellow center. So it's very strange that I have two. I don't know how that happened. Because I got one there and then the same variety over here. So they'll start out like this with yellow in the middle and in the pink. And then they'll go to more of a yellow and white. And then they'll kind of fade out to almost all white. But I know I have other varieties. I know I had a pink one, and I think a darker red one For some reason, this one here is a peony, and it has no blooms on it this year. So, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Maybe I've got it planted too deep, or I know there's something about that. Something that causes your peonies not to bloom. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I appreciate that. Ready? I really like it cut back, like a smoke bush. When I first got it, I just let it grow and grow and grow, and it was pretty tall. And it was just like 3 limbs. But now when I chopped it back, and I mean I chopped it back, but it's a lot more bushier now, and I like that. A lot more leaves, foliage. Okay, what else is blooming now this week? This Dame's Rocket, the white. Now I had all purple in here last year, and now somehow one piece that is left behind is the white. But Mother Nature is going to do what she wants to do, right? There's that other big clump, or 2 actually, of spiderwort. Speaking of funny things, I've always had spiderwort here in this garden, but it was either last year or the year before. I kept looking and looking, and none of it came back. And I was kind of mad, because that's one of my favorite perennials there. Even the texture is nice in the garden. But it was like one year, it all disappeared, and now it's finally come back. So, just thought that was weird. Here is that plant. That plant. I can never remember the name of. Every time, I just blank. But you can see it's got a yellow flower, if it'll focus there. And then the blue. It'll come to me. I want to say geranium, but that's not right. Miscanthus grass. Filling in there. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what all these dogs are barking at. Makes me think there's somebody here. Okay, some more dark purple irises. We're on the back side of the garden now. And there is a mosquito on me as we speak, so they are already here. Okay, here is that variety of spiderwort that's chartreuse leaf. And then that beautiful deep blue flower. Now this one's in bloom because it's in almost full shade over here. Getting more and more shade over here with these large maple trees as they grow and grow. Some different shades of the purple iris. I need to get mulch back here. Kind of like this view of the irises. And these are the ones that smell like grapefruit juice. Oh Lord, we we got more barking. We got some dogs around here, y'all. And then I always have to show off my favorite tree, the blue spruce. Do you guys follow Grow With Me Gardening on YouTube? They just got a huge evergreen haul, and I think they picked like my second favorite tree. It's called Firefly Oriental Spruce. It's just gorgeous. So if you get a chance, check them out. I've been watching them for a little while now. Love their channel. Really love their channel and videos. That is Grow For Me Gardening. They are in, I think, upstate New York. Okay, Bathsheba. We'll go over here to the Bathsheba rose. Beautiful rose there. Love that color. This iPad is not wanting to focus. There we go. I need to get out here and clean this fence. Whew. Always something to do, right? Here we have I think this is one of the At Last roses. I believe it is Proven Winners rose. I did fertilize everything about a couple weeks ago. Now this is my project this weekend, is to get in here and get the weeds under control. And hopefully, I think I'm going to put Limelight in here. Either Limelights or Limelight Prime. I'm going to put them down through there. Yellow irises. Kind of got knocked down from the rain we had a few days ago. It's always just a work in progress back here. I'm trying to show you guys all like the new blooming stuff so I don't bore you every week. Hostas, and we have blooms on, I think, all of my Macrophylla hydrangeas. These are the ones that are either going to be blue, purple, or pink, or sometimes it's a mix. So just depends on your soil, and we'll see here probably about close to June. Speaking of blooms on hydrangeas, if you guys remember my Annabelle hydrangeas up front, under the dogwood tree. So I've had those. I think I planted those the first year we moved here. Each year never got blooms. And I think last fall I said, if they don't bloom last year, that I was going to get rid of them. I was going to dig them up. I think I even chopped one down to the ground, but that was for Halloween reasons. But David Austin Rose here. I'm not sure what the variety is. Got that from my grandma though. But anyway, back to the Annabelle hydrangeas up front. They finally have blooms on them this year. I walked out the other day and I think I was pulling weeds or something, and I was just shocked that they finally have blooms on them. So they must have heard me say I was gonna get rid of them. We've got blooms coming up on, this is Incredible. Really big white ball blooms on this one. lots of blooms. It's going to be gorgeous this year. So I've got dahlias coming up. Mind the weeds. But dahlias, these dahlias always come up for me every year. This one and this one, I don't dig them up. I'll leave them right there, and every year they've come back. Now, I live in a zone where dahlias aren't supposed to come back because we get too cold in the winter. But anyway, for some reason, those two always come back for me. And then new this year, I planted a couple of these, I think they're called Wizard of Oz. Yeah, Wizard of Oz dahlias. There we go. So hopefully they will fill in this little spot in between the lamb's ear. I think that pink will look nice if they do what they're supposed to do. Can't say I didn't try because everything got fertilized, so we shall see. This is another hydrangea. I want to say this one is Fire and Ice, something like that. And I wish I knew the name of this one, but this was also from my grandma's garden. Yep, the mosquitoes are biting, y'all. Here we go. Alright, moving on to the front yard. Got a couple knockouts here. This yellow one is a sunny yellow knockout. It has very fragrant rose. I don't smell much of it right now, but I will soon, shortly. This is the one I always say you can almost smell it in the backyard when the wind blows, because that's how fragrant it is. And then here's just a classic, would you call it a red? I know a lot of people call this red, but I think it's more of a fuchsia hot pink to me. So probably next week that'll just be full of blooms. Gotta finish mowing here. I had to charge my other battery on my mower. Love this mower, by the way. Push mower, Ryobi. No more gas, no more oil. Just push to start. Catmint here. It's starting to bloom. And I have lost more planted in this border. I think in between the lamb's ear was supposed to have been a catmint. I noticed when I was pulling weeds, I only had so many come back. So do I divide them or just get new plants? Okay, you guys remember the dahlias that I got from a couple of varieties I think I put in here. I think the orange colored ones, so you can see that they're coming back, or not coming back, but they're coming up right there and there. And I planted another one over here, so hope it's not a dud. There's supposed to be another one in there, so we shall see. This little spirea here was, I was shaping up, so trying to shape up the one there on the end, and this one was, I guess, just rooted from where it laid on the ground, and I ended up digging it up and had pretty much have a whole shrub for free. So a little thing with spirea, which I'm sure a lot of you knew that, but see how they lay on the ground? Kind of sprawled out. Sometimes they will root, and if they get into the dirt, see like that there? Got a root on it. So that's how I ended up with that spirea, which it needed something here in between the burgundy. Something I don't understand. This is a barberry as well, and that's a barberry. So why is this one shorter than that one? Are there different varieties? Thinking about replacing that one. It really needs to fill in that space there. And of course, every year I've got tons of onion grass. I have to put some cardboard back here with some mulch. Alright, stepping out of the garden again. I got somebody coming as soon as they can to cut this tree down to the ground, or the rest of the way. And then I'll come over here and show you my Annabelles. Finally have blooms on them. Can't believe it, the first time. We've been here 7 years. So these have at least been here 6 years. And this is the first year that they've got blooms on them. So I was so excited to see that. Now these will be white. I guess I should say buds, but these will be all white flowers. Alright friends, I think that is all the stuff going on this week in the garden. Loving that pop of blue there with the catmint. So I need to get back at it mowing before the sun goes down. And I think I showed you all this in my last video, but this is a new landscape border, whatever you want to call it, along my neighbor's fence. Just wanted to hop over here real quick and check out the Coral Knockout. Coral Knockout Rose. Looks like I'm having some issues with the bugs on my roses this year. Again, if any of you gardeners know how to prevent that or fix that, let me know, please. I'd appreciate that. Don't be afraid to comment. It's 100% free. So right here, I have another one of the dahlias that I purchased. Longfields, I think. I think this is the Cafe au Lait. I've got another one right beside that Coral Rose that I forgot to mention, but Cafe au Lait, and can't remember the other popular one from Longhorn. Longfield. Shoo! It's been a long day, y'all. So here is another dahlia. This one is Odo's Thrill. What is the other most popular dahlia from Longfield Gardens? Cafe au Lait, and anyway, I'll probably remember it in another video. So here's a look at the corn, slowly but surely. Corn popping up in rows. Makes me think of the Tim McGraw song. And then in here we have sunflowers coming up, and of course lots of weeds. So that's going to do it, friends, for this video. Thank you so much for following along with the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Would love to have you part of my little garden community here. And I want to wish all y'all a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. I hope you get time to just visit and enjoy yourselves and catch up. Life is so go, go, go every day, and sometimes we don't always get to see our parents as much as we wish we could, so hopefully y'all get to do that this Mother's Day. So anyway, that is enough blabbing. Take care, friends, and I'll see you in the next video.